So if you can see behind me, there's a herd of 5 female deer making their way past one of the first swamps that you'll pass here in the Mahon Trail. Well, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and here we go with another episode of Exploring Worlds. Now, this episode is going to be called The Swamps and Bogs of Howe Sound. That's not where I am at the moment. The swamps that I'm most excited to present with you guys are further down in Howe Sound, a little more remote. But here I'm just starting off in the Mahon Trail, and as you could see at the very beginning of the video, and you'll see in the first montage, I came across a herd of 5 female deer in here, which they are quite very common in this area, well, the coast all around, but they do hang out in this area quite a bit. That was really cool to see, and I believe I got some pretty cool shots of that too. And, you know, like 5 years ago, I did a video on the swamps of the Sunshine Coast, and I mainly just presented these ones here in the Mahon Trail. But it was before I was doing full-length documentaries and before I was actually hosting and talking on camera and whatnot. It was just a mainly photo, but a little bit of video montage with some facts and that written on them. But this, I wanted to do it a little bit more. I wanted to do one a little bit more in-depth, do a bit of an actual documentary on it. And in this first montage, besides the deer, some of the scenery you'll see here is very similar. It might look very recognizable, as I have done a lot of filming here in this trail. It's just a nice little forested walkway through Gibsons. And so I filmed a lot in here, so some of the scenes that you see at first will look quite familiar, but I hope you stick with it, because as we get down to Howe Sound, there's a whole bunch of stuff that hasn't ever been on the channel before, and stuff that I've been really excited to get on film and show on a documentary with you guys. So I hope you enjoy, and I hope you stick around for this journey covering the swamps and bogs of mainly Howe Sound, and some here in Gibsons as well. So this is one of the swamps in the forests here of Howe Sound. It's a very small one. It's been here for many years. I visited a lot. Sometimes when it kind of fluctuates. If it's been really, really raining, it'll be up to almost where I'm standing right now in water depth. If it's been raining, just I don't know, to a medium level, I guess. It's just kind of like a mucky area with some water flow through it. and whatnot. And then if in the early spring, when it stops to rain, when it stops raining so much, but it's still kind of dewy and wet out, it becomes basically just a mucky bog. But it's always been a cool area. I've visited this many times over the years, and it's quite an interesting little hideaway here in the forest. But there's definitely some larger, more substantial ones that we're going to check out in this documentary. Okay, so here I am down at the second set of swamps that down here in Howe Sound that I wanted to show on this channel. The clip I'm going to show, the trees open up above me, and it's quite reflective on the water, so it kind of affected the shot a little bit. But nonetheless, I think it'll be a decent, half-decent shot to view on here. There's also another one further down that way, which I'm going to go check out in just a moment. And just one other thing to mention about these is that these ones are mainly built up from rainwater, and they're generally, what they are really is just kind of dips in the ground, like natural dips in the ground that fill up during the rain season. They fill up with water, and again, when it starts to get nicer out, the water level will sink down quite low, and they'll just be kind of a mucky bog kind of an area. There are salamanders in here. I've seen them before, actually. I'm not seeing any right now. Mind you, the water's quite deep, and it's hard to get right up close to it. You just kind of have to stand at the edge. But over the years, I have found salamanders here. But definitely, I'll keep my eye open, especially down at the other one further down there, and see if I can get one on camera. But I can't promise that. But this one I'm at right now and the other one I'm heading to is two more of the Howe Sound swamps that I wanted to present on this documentary. Okay, so now I'm just heading up a bit of a hill here, and I'm heading to the final swamp I want to show on this documentary. This one's really cool. There's a lot of, the last time I was there, it's been a couple of years, but a lot of times there's quite a few beaver dams here, and sometimes you can actually see some beavers in there too, so that would be kind of cool, but can't make any promises yet on that one. As sometimes they're there and sometimes they're not. But this is a really cool one, so I'm kind of heading up this, I don't even know what you would call it. It's not a logging road, but it's sort of a dirt road, I guess. And there's a, as you can see, sort of a, I think that's something to do with gas or something like that. And then up above it, there's sort of like a power plant there. And then, but where I'm going is those trees there off into the bushes is where the swamp is. So, gonna hike up there, get the camera back out, and show you guys the swamp. Okay, so there it is, guys. There are no beaver dams at the moment, or any beavers. And a lot of times there's it's the water's low enough that you can actually get down and walk around it a little bit, but it's been raining like crazy around here, so it is absolutely as full as it can possibly be. I did see a really cool, there would have been a really cool shot of a blue heron, as there are tadpoles and I think the odd time some fish and salamanders and stuff like that in here, so he was kind of peering down at the water. But the noise, it's hard to not make much noise coming up here because I had to go up that big hill and there's lots of sticks and stuff like that on the ground, so the noise scared him off. But it would have been a cool shot. But anyway, so this is the final swamp I wanted to share with you guys. And yeah, it really is a cool thing here in Howe Sound, these little pools of water tucked off into the wilderness. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe, and come back for more. Thank you very much.